Hi, I'm Katie. I've been surrounded with vintage goodies most of my life, but just in the last 10 years, I've figured out just how much delight I get from having it in my home and looking at it for other people. Come along as I share my shopping adventures at thrift stores, estate sales, and sometimes even along the curb. I will also be showing some of my decorating projects that I've completed and how I have chosen to add vintage to my home for a modern granny chic look. I hope you will find joy along the way as we reawaken vintage. Well, hi everybody, I am back. I have a short little video today. I wanted to show you the luck I had in Facebook Marketplace the last week. So let me spin around and show you what we got. Okay, so most of this was from one particular lady. She had moved out of town but kept all of her stuff local. She was back in town and was going to have an estate sale, but she decided to start doing things on Facebook Marketplace first and found it was very successful. Her prices were amazing, guys, just amazing. So we've got all of this beautiful vintage linen, tablecloths, runners. I mean, just amazing stuff. Amazing, amazing stuff. I got all of this linen. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. For $10. Just piles and piles. So if you're into vintage linen, let me know. A different lady on Facebook Marketplace, I got these. These are a manufacturer called Hull. These were her grandma's, and she had way too much stuff, and so she was willing to part with a couple of pieces. So I purchased these. These will be for sale. They're so pretty. When I saw them in person, I was like, oh, but I'm like, okay, Katie, right? How much can one person collect? From the first lady I was talking about, we got her grandma's. I'm not sure if this is a cookie jar or what. She even put a sticker inside. 1963. It's in immaculate condition. You know, sometimes the flowers on top get chipped or something. It is great condition. I got two, they're not marked, two little girls. This is from a thrift store this last week. The only thing I purchased from a thrift store. Also got this great fish platter plate. It is vintage. It is marked, but I cannot see. Remember looking at it before. Might be glass baked, not quite sure. This isn't vintage, but it sure has that vintage feel. Not sure I have a place for it in my house, but we'll check it out. If not, it will be up for sale as well. This is one, I have never actually gotten this in person. If you know what this is, they called it uranium glass, Vaseline glass. All of these items glow in the dark, and yes, they are safe to still use. So one of these bowls is actually upstairs because I have a black light and I was taking pictures, but excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Came with 6 of the little, I don't know, what would you call these? Berry bowls. And then these, just amazing. And then the big serving bowl. So they will all be up for sale. This I'm keeping for myself. Big old queen size bed cover that I'll be using once it gets a little warmer around here. And I got some books off of her as well. I mean, and these are amazing. I just love, look at the graphics on these books. I don't know if that I'll read any of these, as if you know me well enough, I do love to read and love to read vintage books. A lot of these are children's books, so that's the reason I'm thinking I might not read them. But if you are into vintage books, and most of them are in really good condition. I mean, look at that, just amazing. The Little Shepherd of Kingdom Come. This one is actually a book of poetry. You've got that one. And Little Aliens. So funny. Okay. So, the things I was most geeked out about when I saw them on the listing was Pyrex. 2 beautiful yellow pieces, right? We've got what the rectangle, this would have been part of the refrigerator set. And the big old bowl. This is one of the, I don't even know how to explain it. So they make the primary set, you know, with the 4 colors, yellow, green, red, and blue. But they made them older, and then they made them a little newer, not like newer like the 70s, still very old. But they have a different feel to them and a different edge. This is the older one, the older version. It didn't come with any of the other ones. And then pink. Don't come across those too often. We got what they kind of call the brownie pan. Super, super heavy, guys, but amazing. And then this little rectangle one. The little rectangle one might be might already be sold. Somebody's going to come and look at that. But I was just super excited to find really good condition Pyrex. And then we got this old RCA dog. I think it's a doorstop. Super heavy. Can't ship that, of course. Might just keep it because, otherwise I have to find somebody local. I thought these were adorable. They're not vintage. I don't even know if the lids are actually vintage or if they're reproduction, but look what they did inside. So now that they can be coasters, I really like that. And then she had an old vintage mason jar with the old lid filled with Scrabble letters. Her home was just amazing. If she had let me videotape inside, I would have, but that was off limits. So just a quick little haul from last week. Again, almost all of it was on Facebook Marketplace. So keep looking on Facebook Marketplace. You can also check out my Facebook Marketplace. It is linked at the top of our YouTube page. If you're interested in any of this, you can email me at reawakenvintage@gmail.com. And that's it for now, guys. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.